Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're looking at a sports legend, but maybe not the kind you first think of. Not all about flash and speed right away. This is really a story about quiet strength, incredible endurance. We're diving into the history of Manhattan Cafe, the horse they call the silent blue legend in Japan.
Yeah, and it's a fascinating story because it kind of turns expectations upside down, doesn't it? What you'd normally think makes a champion.
Right.
So this deep dive, our mission really is to track this, pretty unlikely career of a dark bay son of Sunday silence. Started out quite obscure, struggling, suffered this huge physical setback, seemed like it was over, but then rose to dominate Japan's toughest long-distance races. And his influence is still huge today, generations later.
And the expectations were sky high from the start, weren't they? Suggesting greatness was baked in. The sources say he went for 130 million yen at the select sale.
Wow.
That's just an incredible amount of money up front. But I guess when you look at the bloodlines, you kind of get why they'd gamble that much.
You really do. The pedigree was, it was almost engineered for power and stamina. Sire side, Sunday silence. Arguably the most important stallion ever imported into Japan. Speed, fighting spirit, all that.
A key ingredient.
Exactly. But then the dam, as that'll change, she brought something different, rooted in top-class German-Irish stamina lines. Her own sire, Law Society, won an Irish Derby. So you've got this cross.
Speed meets stamina.
Precisely. Speed from dad, pure, iron endurance from mom. Genetically, he was set up to just keep going when others couldn't.
Okay, so perfect genetics, massive price tag, huge hopes riding on him. But then he hits the track January 2001, and it's not exactly smooth sailing. Actually, far from it.
Oh, it was really quite an underwhelming start. Took him 2 shots just to break his maiden to get that first win.
Right.
But that was only the beginning of the trouble, and this is where the story gets really quite dramatic, almost like a crisis point for this young horse.
That physical issue is just staggering when you read about it. An elite racehorse losing that much weight so quickly.
Yeah, he lost a shocking 42 kilograms between his first race and his fourth. Just think about that. That's around 88 pounds.
Wow.
For a thoroughbred athlete, losing that kind of weight, especially muscle, it basically just wrecks their potential, their whole physical structure. It wasn't just being a bit off form. It was a genuine crisis. Looked like his career might be over before it started.
So how does a team even deal with that? For the owner or the trainer, seeing that kind of collapse, it must have been devastating.
Well, it forces a complete stop, a total rethink. The feeling was he just wasn't stable enough physically or, maybe even mentally to keep going down that typical path.
So the big races were out.
Immediately. Had to skip the classics entirely, the Satsuki Show, the Japanese Derby, the big ones. So instead of chasing the Triple Crown, he's sent off to the farm. To recover, rebuild, it really looked like that 130 million yen might just be gone.
So missing that whole first part of the season, the glamour races, that actually turned out to be the making of him. Because when he came back, the change was apparently total. Let's talk about that August return.
It was genuinely startling. He didn't just put the weight back on. He came back 46 kilos heavier than when he'd started the year.
Whoa.
Just a completely different animal. More muscle, more presence. The team, trainer Futoshi Kojima, rider Masayoshi Abina, they realized the problem wasn't raw ability. It was finding his right structure, his right job, his distance.
And finding that niche wasn't subtle, was it? It was like flipping a switch. The sources really stress this. The further they asked him to run, the better he got.
Immediately obvious. Yeah.
2 straight wins at Sapporo, both long 2,600 meters. The Furano Tokubetsu than the Akanko Tokubetsu. He wasn't built for speed. He was built for the long haul.
Exactly right. And those wins, that immediately put him on course for the last classic of the year, the Kikuka Show, the Japanese St. Ledger. That's the ultimate stamina test, 3,000 meters.
Right.
And what's fascinating is, he's coming in as this sort of underdog, missed the first 2 classics, but now he's facing the longest test of all.
And the race itself, that wasn't straightforward either, was it? A 3,000-meter race run slowly that normally kills the chances of horses coming from behind.
It does, yeah. A slow pace usually means the leaders have plenty left. It's tough for closers. But Manhattan Cafe, this just proved his stamina was truly something else.
So despite the pace working against him,
he just unleashed this powerful, devastating kick in the final stretch, ran down the leaders, went past tiring horses, and boom, his first G1 win.
Incredible.
He went from being basically written off after the weight loss to a classic champion, all in, 3 months?
That's a massive turnaround. But then comes the even bigger test, right? the 2001 Arima Kinen, Japan's huge year-end race.
Yeah.
And the field wasn't just good, it was legendary. TM Opera O Meisho Dodo. Huge names.
Yeah, this was the real generational showdown. TM Opera O and Meisho Dodo were kind of finishing up their reigns. They'd been the big rivalry for a couple of seasons. And here comes Manhattan Cafe, the new guy, facing them over 2,500 meters.
And how he won it is interesting, too. Not just that he beat them, but the way he did it. The sources say he, stalked the pace professionally, then just surged past both of them in the straight.
It really felt like a changing of the guard. Symbolic. He didn't just grab the trophy. He kind of closed the book on the era of those two great champions, confirmed himself as, okay, this is the top stayer in Japan now. And he'd done the double St. Leger and Arima Kinen in the same year. Very rare.
Okay, now here's this weird statistic that jumps out from the material, and it's one of the most unique things about him. 3 starts in G2 races, 0 wins. 4 starts in G1s, 3 wins. How did that even work? This specialist paradox.
I think that really defines him. It shows he wasn't just a good horse, he was an extreme long-distance specialist. A lot of those G2s are maybe a bit shorter, testing speed over a mile and a half maybe. Right. Manhattan Cafe needed that relentless pressure of 2,500 meters, 3,000 meters, even more, to really use that stamina pedigree. The quality of the G1 field didn't bother him. It was all about the distance.
So, the ultimate big game hitter. He needed the stress, the highest stakes, the longest trip to really switch on.
That's exactly it. Although even the big players stumble sometimes. Early 2002, huge favorite for the Nikki Show, a G2, finishes 6th. Just shockingly bad.
Right. What happened there?
The sources point to a heavy track, like soft ground, and that apparently made his chronic issue worse, weak hooves. Built for stamina, but maybe delicate feet.
Okay. Yeah. But champions bounce back. He got firm ground for his next massive target, the 2002 Tenno Show Spring.
Another monster trip, 3,200 meters, and the field was absolutely stacked. You had Jungle Pocket in there, Derby winner, Japan Cup winner, Narita top road, too. Proper elite group.
Yeah.
But Manhattan Cafe, with Abina riding, he just went back to doing what he did best. Ran patiently, found that gear late, powered home, won it decisively.
And that Tenno Show win, that put him in the history books for real, didn't it?
Yeah.
Completed something truly special.
It did. It finished off this major long-distance treble. Kikuka Show, Arima Kinen, Tenno Show Spring. And the historical weight of that. Only one horse before him had ever done that specific treble.
Who was that?
The legend, Simboli Rudolph. So yeah, this win basically confirmed Manhattan Cafe as the undisputed dominant stayer of his time.
So, okay, he's conquered everything distance-wise in Japan. Achieved this historic treble. What's left? The pressure must build then, right, to prove it on the world stage.
It inevitably does. And for Japanese racing, the ultimate prize, the sort of holy grail, is the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe in France.
The Arc.
It's that ultimate test of international class. And the sources confirm, yeah, his team aimed for the Arc that autumn, 2002. Take the stayer specialist to Europe's biggest dance.
But that dream, it came with a heavy price tag, didn't it? The Arc is notoriously tough for Japanese horses. He finished, 13th? Ran okay for a long way, but couldn't quite finish it off.
That's the really tough part, the harsh reality of top-level racing sometimes, and the heartbreak came right after the race. Diagnosis, severe tendinitis.
Oh, no.
That trip to Europe, that challenge, it meant his racing career was over, just like that.
A really sudden end. Never raced again after that. But here's where the story takes another turn, right? His retirement wasn't the end. In a way, it was just the start of his real lasting legacy. That silent blue legend just kept going.
Absolutely. Connecting the dots, his stud career, it just took off. Shot up the ranks, became Japan's leading sire in 2009. That's huge. Only the second son of Sunday Silence to do that after Agnes Tachin.
And what's really interesting is, he was the ultimate stayer himself, but he didn't just sire stayers, did he? The sources say he passed on incredible versatility.
That's the amazing part. His offspring won G1s from sprints all the way up to, dirt marathons. Yeah. Total adaptability.
Shows the quality runs deep.
For sure. He had plenty of G1 runners, Haruno Demore, who actually won the Tenno Show Spring, just like his dad, which is pretty cool.
Nice connection.
Yeah. And Red Desire, Queen's Ring. But his real, maybe his ultimate impact, his revenge against that career ending early. It came after he was gone. He died from cancer in 2015, only 17.
Right. And this is where his influence just went supernova, almost. As a broodmare sire, his daughters started producing champions.
That's often seen as the true mark of a great stallion, isn't it? When the daughters carry that potency forward. Shows the bloodline is deep, dominant, not just a one-off.
We see that with huge names.
Massive stars. Tio Keynes, who's been a monster on the dirt, multiple G1s, Meisho Hario winning the Taiyo show twice. His genes are winning on surfaces he never even touched.
And then there's that really poetic moment in 2023. The sources mention Tessiero winning the Japanese Derby. The race Manhattan Cafe himself couldn't run in because of that early weight loss, and he won it on March 5th.
March 5th, Manhattan Cafe's birthday. It's almost too perfect, isn't it? Like a full circle of genetic destiny. His whole impact was defined by that quiet determination. He even apparently portrayed his own sire, Sunday Silence, in a TV drama back in 2004. Just the picture of quiet strength.
It's just such a great story. A horse literally built to endure, not necessarily to dazzle you right away. Yeah. He overcame that massive physical issue, the 42-kilo loss, and somehow used that, channeled it into the strength to win Japan's hardest-staying races. And his bloodline, it just keeps carrying that blue flame from Sunday Silence forward across generations, across different types of races, proves that true greatness lasts, even if it's quiet.
It's a brilliant reminder that stamina isn't just about the body, it's genetic, it's mental too. He only really clicked under that extreme pressure and distance, just a unique profile.
And I want to leave you with this one last thought, something his jockey, Masayoshi Ebina, apparently said. It hints at potential maybe still untapped. He said about Manhattan Cafe, he could have won the Tenno show autumn too. He just never got the chance. So if a horse who won that historic treble still maybe had the gears for a slightly shorter G1 potential that got sacrificed for that arc dream. Well, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What else could the Silent Blue legend have done if that trip hadn't ended things?
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more.